I welcome y'all back to the Boom Boom Room. No, I'm just playing. Versatility Vision, we going into part 7. We are closing down. We are about to finish this. Maybe it might be 3 more parts. It might be 2 more parts. I don't know. I have no idea. But I have notes and everything like that. So with this one, I'm going to attempt to kill 2 birds in 1 stone. But one thing I want to get out the way is people in their feelings. I don't get why people are always in their feelings with this shit or whatever. You know, I know it's a very touchy topic or whatever, but it's a lot of people that just always in their goddamn feelings. You know, and I mean, I'm not a therapist, so I don't get it. I don't know why people are in their feelings about this. I mean, I post this on a few social media platforms, and you know, I see people making indirect comments towards me. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's not very hard to figure out. So I'm going to address for the future feeling fillers who get in their feelings. I'm just going to address them anyway, even if they have not come out to show themselves. And for the people who are making indirect comments and not actually commenting on the material that I have presented for them. So, y'all need to stop that shit. Because you're not putting any effort towards any information. You're just going off your own theory, which is fine. If you are not into investigative journalism, motherfuckers, stick to what you know. That's all you got to do. You don't have to sit there and rant and ramble about dumb shit. I mean, motherfuckers is acting like I'm making up shit. I'm not making nothing up as I go along. These are the type of people who sit there and they hear you, but they're not listening to you. These are these exact same people. These are the type of people that, you know, we in society have to reason with on a daily basis. They are hearing you, but they're not listening to you. I try to keep myself away from people like that. I really do. Because these are the type of people who are just waiting for their turn to speak. They hear you, but they're not listening to you. They're just waiting on their turn to speak. So as again, like I said, like if you're not into investigative journalism and everything like that, then you stay over there. Chill on the couch, get you a rocking chair or whatever, and rock it out. Because you're not contributing to any information. All you're doing is basically you're just in your feelings because of what somebody else said. Now, as I stated before, I'm neutral on this shit. I am not trying to prove whether or not Tupac is dead or Tupac is alive. I am just stating the information that is out there. I'm trying to give people a chance to critically think for themselves. Because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just take shit for face value, as I've mentioned in previous videos. And I'm not that type of person who does shit like that. I want to critically think for myself. Especially in the situation like this. Like I said, like, hey, it's 25 plus years later or whatever, and we're still speaking about it. We were children. For the people who were born in the 80s, we were children when this was happening. And it's still relevant today. So, I mean, that alone should tell you that this is very important. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's start part 7. Because like I said, we were winding down to this shit or whatever. And we've gotten deep and we've gotten deeper. And I didn't mention deep shit and everything like that. So this is no holds bars. This is where we're at. So, the breaking news. Suge says that, I forgot who he said it to. I think it was his lawyer or somebody like that, that he knows who shot Tupac or whatever. And he was the target and blah, 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 and everything like that. See, now, the people with the short attention spans, you know, they might have to go back and watch my videos and as the build up and everything like that. But now we're getting every 6 months, every month, every week, not every week, but you know, in a reasonable amount of time, we are getting new information, right? How long will we be getting new information or whatever? Now Suge says that, hey, I know. Fuck it, I know. I'm not finna just come out directly and say it, but I know. And see, the people, they're confused now. Those are the type of people who they know how to get. They know how to get to these motherfuckers. Because they say one thing, then they switch it around, they say another thing, then they take it back, and then they add something else that they said, and then they take that back and say that, actually what we meant was this, and then they take that back, and then they come out, there's somebody else that come out with some shit, and then they run with their story. It's like, that sounds believable, and it's just chaos for people who just want to know. I mean, the truth be told, that we are probably not ever going to figure this shit out. You know, and I remember, I forgot who said it, but I don't know if it was Russell Poole or not. I forgot who said it, but they said the fans, the supporters are probably going to be the ones who figure this shit out. Because nobody else is doing anything to try to crack this shit and whatever. So we're going to be the ones who figure this shit out. These are where the critical thinkers get together and we piece all of our shit together, and then we keep on just picking at it and chipping at it. And then we will come and decide, probably, because we're never going to figure it out, because only the person that knows is the last one left, which is probably Suge. But if Tupac is still alive, and if he got hit with bullets, then he knows who it was. So, and that's the thing that these people in their feelings don't understand, is like, we don't know. We don't know. Nigga, you don't either. So why are you acting like as if you do know? Because that's where you stand on your square with this shit. We don't know. You weren't there. Were you there when it happened? Did you see the security cameras on the strip? I mean, we don't know. And I'm tired of people acting like they were there and they actually know they were in the car and all this other shit. Like, you don't know. So stop acting like you do. These are the same people who say, oh, you conspiracy theorists and everything like that. And they put that title on you. And it's like, ain't nobody said we was conspiracy theorists. I mean, some people might take that title, but I never said that I was a conspiracy theorist. And they put that title or that label on you, and they think that automatically puts them in the right. Shut the fuck up, man, with that bullshit. Sit down. Chill. Go to sleep. Take a nap. Cat nap. Whatever you got to do. Chill. I can't stand that shit. You say conspiracy, and then now automatically you're in the right. Fuck out of here with that shit. So anyway, moving on. So, you know, he breaks his silence and everything like that. And Suge, he goes back and forth. You know, I've been seeing that for years. He said he's alive. He says that this is what happened, and I explained this in the other videos or whatever. I don't want to backpedal and retrace that or whatever. Like I said, you know, if you this is your first time watching, you should just go back and listen to the other videos where I start getting deep into this shit or whatever. You can skip the breakdown, as far as, me giving the brief history of Pac or whatever. But some people feel that, this is a tactic to sell documentaries because Tupac Assassination Part 3 came out this year. Battle for Compton. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm not going to incorporate it into these videos. I will be doing a breakdown and my reaction on the video myself, but I will not be doing anything that has to do with that video and incorporate it in here because I haven't seen it yet. And I don't want to see it and then act like that I got new information and I'm putting it into this video. I'm not going to do no shit like that. So, some people feel that, this is coming out and now all of a sudden, Suge is breaking silence. Then on top of that, you got his movie coming out in June on his birthday. So, we don't know, pretty much. But as far as, for people who are, in their feelings and everything, because, it's first Orlando did it. Then the government. Then, the list goes on. Then it was P. Diddy. Then it was Keepy D. Then it was, Reggie Wright Jr. and Sharitha, and then it's somebody else gonna come out and say something else that the Snoop knew was going on, and his cousin Lil Half did, and it's like for a person who is not into this type of shit, it's gonna turn your head into a figure eight, into a pencil, because you really don't know what to believe now. Because everybody was so sure that Orlando did it. And just to be frank, this is true as well. What I'm about to say. James Earl Ray. Everybody knew that James Earl Ray shot Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody knew. And it was a lie. He was a fall guy. Now just think about that shit with Orlando Anderson. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. He was a fall guy. Another example. Like I mentioned informants and everything like that. Malcolm X's chief bodyguard was an informant. Fred Hampton Sr., his senior bodyguard, was an informant. People don't understand the shit is more complex than what you think. Everybody just think, somebody got stomped out and it was menace to society and they came back blasting, like I said in other videos. Like, I don't see shit happening like that. That type of fucking goddamn, that type of logic, I don't understand with people. I really don't. Because everybody was like, well, the streets said, the streets was talking. The streets. You mean to tell me these same motherfucking streets that sell poison to their people and other people, these same streets, the same motherfucking streets where there's a lot of unsolved murders because don't nobody want to say nothing, those same streets, the same streets where innocent people get murdered and shit over bullshit and nobody wants to say nothing, them same fucking streets. Oh, but these same streets know who killed Tupac, but then such and such got killed over there and don't nobody want to say nothing. Them same fucking streets? Shut the fuck up. The fuck out of here with that dumb shit. Y'all say the motherfuckers. Come on now. Save that shit for the birds. Those same streets, right? Them same streets. selling poison, covering up for homeboy or whatever, shooting innocent people. Those same streets told you that such and such killed Tupac and everything like that, and y'all believe that shit. But if one of your friends or one of your family members or cousins or somebody else's that you are or close to, one of the motherfuckers get popped and smoked and everything like that, and don't nobody say nothing, but they know who did it and they ain't gonna say nothing, but everybody knows that Orlando Anderson killed Tupac. Let me get the fuck out of here with that dumbass logic. That's the bullshit that pisses me off. I swear, I'm just like, where the fuck? What the fuck? So anyway, like I said, like back and forth, you got Suge stories going back and forth and everything like that, I just need more evidence with that shit. I need more clarification, because everybody, they come out and they say this, and it's like, oh shit, well that must be true. Or some people just regard it as like, no, that's not true. I don't believe that shit. It's gonna swing either way. But you got people like me who are in the middle. We stay neutral, and we just gather information and compound it and put it around us, and then it's like, okay, well, you connect the fucking dots, pretty much, So I really need to see Suge say it. I don't want to see on no piece of paper or somebody on the internet talking about this is what happened. I need to see Suge face, and I need to see the shit coming out of his mouth. That's what I need to see. I need to see that shit. I need to hear Suge say, "This is my Alpha David, but however the fuck you pronounce that goddamn word." I'm sleepy. Oh, damn it. I'm sleepy, but I need to do this shit. I really want to do this shit. So anyway, I really need to hear him say it. That's the only way I'm going to believe that. Like I said, I don't want to see nothing in big bold letters on this website and, and people typing. I don't need to see that. I'm old school. I need to hear it come from his mouth. I'm not from St. Louis, but you need to show me. Show me. Don't tell me. Show me. All right? It's like, the case is still not closed. Like, people want to say, well, this happened and this happened, and people didn't come forth, so we didn't go with the evidence because we got informants and we got people who won't testify. Man, that's bullshit. Because there's motherfuckers out there who've been convicted and ain't nobody testified. They've had informants and they said I ain't gonna testify, but that motherfucker got 25 to life. I guarantee you that. That motherfucker, he got convicted. They had enough evidence on his ass to convict him, and nobody need to testify against him. You probably had a witness that said, I really don't remember. But that motherfucker got 25 to life, so I don't want to hear that bullshit. So then, like I said, you got Reggie Wright Jr., you got David Kenner, and like I feel that, Reggie Wright and David Kenner really started that rumor of Orlando Anderson. Because like Greg Kading, to me, this goes back to him, is just exonerating police officers. It's really not about trying to solve the murder. It's about catering to the theory that this was some gang shit so that, police officers or off-duty police officers, retired police officers, or undercover agents didn't have nothing to do with it if they did that. Then you have, Sharitha Knight, you got the Ram Park scandal, all that shit about, them wanting to take over Death Row, and Suge Knight, and what they would gain, and all that other shit. I mean, I forgot what was that movie I was watching. What was that movie? I was watching this one movie where it was an artist. It was with oh yeah. Damn, what was that? The Fifth Commandment? I think it was The Fifth Commandment with my one of my favorite actors, Boheem, the old boy that played in Poetic Justice. He played in Ray. I forgot what his name was in Ray, but he was in there, and it was an Asian martial artist actor, and I remember they set old girl up. I forgot her name. The old girl that played in X-Men 2, and she had that accent, and she was a mutant or whatever. But anyway, so at the end, he was like, he told her like, yeah, we set you up, and you're worth more dead than alive, or some shit like that. So, I mean, that's just a thought. That's just food for thought or whatever. Then, you got, with the Suge Knight, Snoop Dogg and Lil Half Dead and everything like that. You got Snoop defending Dre as far as, Tupac coming at Dre and everything. And shit. Snoop didn't want to have nothing to do with that shit because he felt that Dre is the one that launched his career. So he ain't want to have nothing to do with that. And stories about Lil Half Dead. Y'all can go and search that and everything about, Tupac stealing his idea for Brenda's Got a Baby and all that. Then you have the album cover where it looks like, Pac is shot in the head, slumped over, as well as Tupac's cousin, Gaddafi. All that shit or whatever. I really don't want to break that shit down because I don't have really little to no information on Lil Half Dead, and they're also saying Snoop is he's being blackballed by the family of Tupac because Pac is supposed to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he's supposed to be giving a speech, and everybody's like, no, why he giving a speech? Why not Gloria Cox or Yasmin Fula or even Jada Pinkett or whatever? Why is Snoop doing it when they wasn't cool? And you got the shit going on with, him knowing that they weren't going to be in Vegas, him and the Dog Pound and everything like that. So if they want to open up that shit, then I'll speak about it. But I don't have no information on that. So I'm not going to just make up information about Lil Half Dead and what I think about it, or if he did, or if he was involved, or Snoop knew and everything, because I need more information. There are videos out that, say that, he was an informant, Snoop was, or whatever, and all this other shit or whatever. But I need more. I just don't want to watch a video or listen to somebody and all of a sudden say, yeah, that's what it is. So, I listened to Chaos Merchants. Now, Chaos Merchants was interesting. That was very interesting. I love Chaos Merchants. I watched that maybe 10 times. It's 10 parts. So I've watched that. I've even fell asleep with it in my ear and woke up and then went back to what I think I missed or whatever, and went back to sleep and was still watching it. It's a lot of information in there. So I dig Michael Carlin and Russell Poole and everything like that because, you got all these motherfuckers around that just lost their life investigating the shit. And, you got Michael Moore, you got Russell Poole, you got Frank Alexander. All these motherfuckers is dead, maybe. According to news sources and everything like that, these people are dead. Everybody around this shit. So like I said earlier, this shit is more complex than what people want to think. Because if it was just a simple gang shooting, then that would have been it. That would have been all. The bodyguards are dead. A retired police officer is dead. Come on now. If it was simple as a gang shooting, that's what it would have been. case closed. So it's like, I feel that like a lot of people who think he's dead, or even, some people who think he's alive, when it comes to people, especially like on social medias and everything like that, they got more followers, they got more views and everything. So a lot of people tend to roll with them, even though they're just regurgitating word for word what they got, instead of like, not, I wouldn't say paraphrasing it or whatever, but trying to break it down into, like I said, their own words, into, what I would call investigative journalism. So they get most of the views and reactions and everything, because I really don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't care about views or subscribers and shit like that. This is just something that I know I can speak about. And I know that it's something that I can debate with people about, because I am, once again, a critical thinker. So it's like, I feel like a lot of people they tend to have logical errors when it comes to this shit. They really don't think the shit all the way through. Once again, they are in their feelings. It's like people sit there and they're trying to negotiate whether he's dead or whether he's alive. It's just crazy. Like, I just don't get the logic behind that. They're not trying to, find out or, put these pieces together, break it down and put it back together. They're negotiating if he's dead or alive. And these are the people who just like his fucking music. And it's like, like I said before, it's like, I mean, what the fuck are you going to do for Pac if he's alive? The first thing you're going to fucking ask him is, when you going to put out another album? That's the first thing most people are going to ask him. But he was more than that. I mean, he was a person. He was still a person. He had feelings. He had emotions like all of us. All the shit that we go through. He went through the same shit. But most motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck if he's dead or alive. If he was alive, people are just going to ask him, when your next album coming out? That's all people really give a fuck about. Everything else they could give two shits about. It's like I said, like, people said, oh, yeah, Orlando Anderson killed Pac or whatever. Okay, who shot him the first time then, motherfucker? Who shot him the first time? You know Orlando Anderson did it. Who shot him the first time? Let me know exactly who the fucking trigger man was. If you can tell me who shot him the first time, then I'll believe that Orlando Anderson shot him. But you motherfuckers can't even tell me who shot him the first time. Fuck about who got him set up. No, who pulled the motherfucking trigger? Tell me that shit. Who pulled the trigger the first time in New York at Quad Studios? Tell me that shit. Because if you can't tell me who shot him the first time, then you damn for sure ain't gonna tell me who shot him the second time if he got shot. And if he did get shot, then who shot him? Don't skip over shit. See, a lot of motherfuckers, them non-critical thinkers, they feel that motherfuckers like me are gonna skip past that shit. And I'm not gonna think about that. See, I think about shit like that. That's a critical thinker. You know who shot him the second time, but you don't know who shot him the first time? You get your dumb ass out of here with that dumb shit. Shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up with duct tape. God damn. Straight up. And like I said, you got the helicopter theory. All right? I mean, it's pulling everybody in all types of directions. It doesn't work for me, though. You ain't gonna pull me in all directions. You got one person said he went through an ambulance. Then you remember the helicopter lady? You can Google that. Watch that on YouTube. The lady said he was airlifted. Usually when you're airlifted, that means that, it's serious. If you have to get airlifted, like people get in accidents and shit like that, like serious accidents, they get airlifted. They don't go in no ambulance, they get airlifted. Or maybe that was an escape route. And the helicopter, what kind of helicopter? We don't know what type of helicopter it was. There was money involved. It could have looked like, a medical helicopter, but who knows? So anyway, y'all could check that out. Then, a lot of people don't understand, like, when people think about, like, the last picture and everything like that, I know a lot of people revert back to that. And here's a good starting point, too. Because, like, a lot of people don't understand, I think Photoshop has been out since, like, 89 or 90. So just think about the most cleverest motherfucker who knows how to use that shit. Photoshop been out for a long time. People bring up that last photo of Pac in the car, and I seen this shit on the goddamn on the internet, of course. And they pieced together about his face and everything like that, and how that last photo was photoshopped. You have people who have said that, of course, that the vehicle was plated armor, was bulletproof and everything, which I mentioned in one of my last videos. Kadada Jones is then, I don't know, I think she was his fiance, but just to be safe, I would just say she was his girlfriend. She was in the back seat of the car. Pac always being strapped, like he always had a pistol on him all the time, and even when he got shot the first time, he had a pistol on him. So I do feel that Pac did have a pistol on him. If he would have got shot in that BMW, he would have returned fire. And it's like if you were, I wouldn't say paranoid, but if you have been, people have been attempted to kill you. I mean, he knows that. Like he said in front of the courthouse with that alleged rape charge and everything like that. He said he legally owns guns. He legally owns guns. So if you legally own a gun, why wouldn't you carry one? I know I would. Not trying to flash it or anything like that, but just in case a motherfucker is at his wit's end and today is the day that he wants to commit suicide, and I happen to be in the proximity or the facility where he's going to try or she is going to try to commit suicide, I got my shit on me. Like, you don't want this over here. It's going to be hot. But anyway, Photoshop, last photo, no keys in the ignition. We seen that. People have brought up the fact that the camera that took the picture was no regular camera with that light and that flash and that glare. That's not a regular camera. It was like a production camera. That too as well. The car is not in motion. It's not moving. Suge looking forward, and didn't nobody stop or anything like that. The car didn't stop because, nothing else is in the background. There's nothing else around it. There's only that one photo. One person took that photo. Nobody else has another photo of that photo besides that one photo. So that one person got the picture of Pac and Suge that night. Nobody else was around to snap a picture and everything like that. I'm pretty sure that there would be other people around who had pictures and Polaroids and throwaway cameras and shit like that. I'm pretty sure. Lastly, the autopsy photo. Now, autopsies are very gruesome. Very gruesome. I hate to look at autopsy photos. I really do. It's nasty. I'm not into the gore shit and everything. Like, I've always said that that's one reason why I couldn't be a doctor. I'm probably smart enough and intelligent enough for it and everything like that. I probably go through all the book work and learn all the terminology and everything, but I can't deal with blood. I can't deal with taking people insides out, so on. I can't do that shit. I just can't do it. I don't have the stomach for that shit. So I couldn't be a doctor. So that's one thing that was not destined for me, is for me to be a doctor. But anyway, So, for example, I've seen Malcolm X's autopsy photo. I've seen his photo. Right up close, he's dead. Bullets in his chest, holes in his chest, he's dead. Very clear, you could tell that's Malcolm X. And there's several photos or a couple or a few photos of different angles of him. John F. Kennedy, the most nastiest autopsy photo that I've ever seen of a person who's known or whatever, you know. Because like I said, I don't like to look at this shit, but I just started searching and everything, you know, a few months ago, like last year or whatever. I just didn't bring it up or whatever. But, you know, his brains are out. He's up close. You see his face. You see him on the table. It's clear it's him. And it's clear. There's no, you know, like for photographers or whatever, you know, I don't know the terminology to use around this shit or whatever, but, you know, what you want to do is you want to have a professional photographer look at at Tupac's autopsy photo, and I guarantee you there will be flaws in there. Not to mention that, you know, everybody, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but the people who have good eyes and everything noticed that the Makaveli tattoo on his right neck was missing. But that's that only picture again. Just like the last photo, that's the only picture. His autopsy, that's the only picture. He's not up close. You don't see his face. His face is turned to the side. And there's only one angle of him. Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy. There are multiple angles and multiple photos up close of his face. So if he's dead, they will show this is Tupac and he's dead. Look at his chest. He got shot right here. This is his face. He's dead. If that was the case, why not? Why only take one photo? Why does only one person have one photo? It never goes down like that. There's always more than one photo. So anyway, closing this up, I hope I got y'all to critically think. Some of you people who have not been able to critically think, all my people watching this, you know, who are critical thinkers, kudos to you. And all the people who are not critical thinkers, hopefully this gave you some type of insight. And maybe you just had to have it explained to you in a different way. Like they say, some people learn from listening, some people learn from watching, and some people actually learn from doing. So we'll be back with part 8 soon. And like I said, this is coming to a close. So at the end, I'm going to give my final remarks. I might dibble and dabble into a little recapping or whatever, but it shouldn't be necessary since I put out 7 videos already. And you should take the responsibility to go back and watch those if you are really into this type of investigative journalism. So once again, I'm out. And y'all stay fit. Y'all keep sharp. And always make good decisions.